drove to Bend, Oregon and picked up my Cascadia vehicle tents, Mount Bailey, directly from Cascadia vehicle tents on the 28th of July of 2015. The first night I actually used it was on the night of the 30th of September of 2015. I mounted my tent on the high rack of a Morris Mule trail grade trailer with the ladder telescoping to the rear so that it opened to the rear rather than the side. My 3-week trip was a total of about 2,200 miles, with approximately 300 of those miles being considered backcountry or otherwise non-paved roads that would have been higher had not just about every road in Death Valley been closed due to storm damage or the threat of flash flood damage. The rain experience can be measured in days rather than miles or inches. One night I actually spent in a hotel in Ridgecrest, California, because it rained from 10 a.m. one day until 1 p.m. the following day. During one stretch, camped in the Amargosa Desert outside of Beatty, Nevada, the rain was coming into the tent via the upper vent, and it was blowing in through the side curtain zipper. When this occurred, the outer rain flap was down and secured via the existing retainers. The bug screen was closed and zipped, and the inner weather barrier flap was closed and zipped. Things that I found that were issues were the leading edge of the cover zipper leaked water into the otherwise sealed tent compartment, and water and grit got in the tent and it got underneath the condensation mat. And this was actually at the rear where the cover did not have a zipper, where the cover attached to the tent. I'm not sure if there was some type of chemical reaction between the base plastic of the tent and the condensation mat or what, but the condensation mat has spots where it is sticky, and there was never any food or drink in the tent, so I can't say anything was ever spilled in there. All 6 of the hoop retaining screws came loose, and 4 of them actually fell out. One of these hoops coming out resulted in damage to the hoop, because when the screw came out, the hoop came off of the retaining end and then slipped underneath the hinge mounting flange, or the hinge mounting bolt, and when I opened the tent it bent the hoop. Also, all 8 of the hinge mounting flange bolts, which were retained by nylon lock nuts, all came loose. None of the nuts fell off, but they were all loose. The tent material chafed at the leading corners, both corners. The ladder base edges chafed the cover at both contact points. The ladder has 2 rubber pads so that it does not ride directly on the tent base. Those pads wore through the plastic, which is thin and it's not really expected to protect the tent base other than in shipping, and both of the pads indented into the tent base. One of the ladder retaining nylon lock nuts came loose, actually fell off, and the ladder was held in place by the bolt only. Made for an interesting tent exit the morning that I discovered that. Fixes before I use it again. The plastic hoop retainers are hollow, so I might insert some type of material like a wooden dowel and then use longer screws, or some thick wall metal tube and some Loctite on the screws. I'm not sure. I need to replace all the cheap Chinese nylon lock nuts with better quality Chinese nylon lock nuts, so that they don't come loose again. The ladder ends, I don't know if I just throw some gloves over the end of that, and then some thick plastic on the tent base so that the bumpers don't, or the pads don't rub through anymore. And I'm just not, am I sorry about my purchase? No. Am I disappointed that the product doesn't perform as purchased for my application? Yes. I'll still use it, just not for the main purpose for which I bought it. I'm not going to use it for off-road or backcountry road use anymore because apparently it wasn't designed for it.